Take three.
So here we go. We're gonna try this one more time. And I hope it works. I don't know. Don't know what all you heard, but anyway, David Lane's place took the case. They're gonna take the case. He's gonna send us some paperwork. We're gonna file it out, sign it all, and they're gonna dive into this. They're gonna dig into it deeper. David told us himself, that he wants to make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed before we take this to court. But he also said that, and I don't know if you can hear what I was saying a while ago, so I'm going to repeat some of it. But anyway, so he said that in the justice system, in the courts and stuff, that um, you have to take that word justice and throw it out, because there's no justice in that. It's all about dollar signs, money signs. It's kind of like he was telling us today, was it's like you go buy a brand new car. You buy the most expensive car, like a brand new Saturn or something like that. And it's a beautiful car, and you take it and you go put a nice stereo in it, and fix it all up and everything like that. And then you want, 50 grand for it. You want to sell it for 50 grand. Well, the Blue Book price says it's only worth 27. So that's all people are going to give you. And that's kind of like what he was talking about. This case here is, the police have already gotten away with murdering Timmy. That's what they do. And so the best thing to do would be to, make sure everything is, all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed before, we take this anywhere else. So that's good news, because we've been waiting and waiting and waiting patiently, and sometimes not patiently, because this is not something really easy to do. But I've been busy, so it hasn't really been bothering me too much. It's just I have times to where I miss, there's times that I really miss my son, really bad, and then so and I miss him all the time, uh, but see, now we're going to be pushing that these guys get body cams. The Westminster Police Department gets dash and body cams. I can't believe they don't have dash cams. Everybody's had those for years, and that would be to their benefit. But see, when you're a crooked person, you don't want the light to be shined on you. So, anyhow, that's the good news that came in today. And so we are, we're geared up for a battle. And the other good news is for Regan and us, we can start, uh, we can get right up in these cops' faces. We can get right up in Westminster's faces and let them know, hey, you murdered an innocent son. You murdered my innocent son. And you know what? We're not going to let you forget it. We're gonna pound the pavement on this. We're gonna get on it. We're gonna pound the pavement. And so, hey, Nick. And so, the door is done to my kids, to my daughter Nicole, and my son Tommy, and Dustin, Garrett, and Casey. This is not acceptable. You know, this is just stupid. And we're going to get in your face. We're going to get in their face with this. We're not going to stop. We're not going away. You don't just get kill somebody and just get away with it. So that's just that's just what we're going to do now. We're just going to keep going at it. And then another thing that happened was in the Sirius Courier here today, they put an article out, because back in September and October they ran a story, but what they did is they just copied the story off of the Denver Post. I believe it was the Denver Post, and was talking about Timmy, being, hey, Bubba, what are you doing? Are you watching me? Can you see me? That's my grandson. Yeah, his name is Bentley. Yep, he lives back there. He's a wild one. I see videos of him. He's a good kid. So anyway, they took that story off of the Denver Post and they just plastered it in the Modesto Bee. They did it, but here's what they did: is they did this on the same day as Timmy's obituary came out in the paper. So here you got Timmy being murdered by cops, being this and there, and then you have his obituary. So so I emailed the guy. His name is Jeff Benzinger over at the Series Courier. They use Series Courier because they did a story on too, and the Turtle Rock Journal. They're the same paper. They're just different names. And so I emailed him, and it took him a while to get back to me. And then he called me out of the blue, and he caught me totally off guard. I wasn't even, I was super busy, and so I took a few minutes to talk to him, and he's like thinking, well, how do you know these cops, murdered your son? You're biased, and he just started asking these questions, and I was trying to answer them, and I was kind of getting I'm being honest with you, I was getting pissed off because here we've been pouring into this investigation we've been into this investigation since September, and this guy, he just pops into the face and posts a story in the paper, and he didn't even talk to any family members or anything. He didn't find any truth. And so we contacted him through email, and then he talked to me and caught me off guard and asked a lot of questions. Timmy was not a drug addict. He was not a drug addict. People want to say he's a drug addict. You do drugs, so if you went out and you drank a beer, does that make you an alcoholic? Does it make you an alcohol? Does that make you, if you smoke a joint or you do a line of coke, that doesn't make you a drug addict. Timmy wasn't a drug addict. Timmy was a young 27-year-old man that had his whole life ahead of him, and he was doing everything that he wanted to do. So, are you guys hearing me well? So anyway, this guy, he's sitting. Yeah, nothing adds up. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm starting to get real good at this. So, Bentley, are you still watching? Can Bentley see me? Do you see me? You see Grandpa? Okay, so anyway, Regan and I, we emailed this guy back and forth, and then he calls me out of the blue, and he caught me totally off guard. I was busy that day and working and stuff, and so I shouldn't even answer the phone, really, because I wasn't ready for it. And so, anyway, so he asked me these questions and stuff, and then he posted a story in the Series Courier today, and I think Regan's going to post a link to it. I haven't really had a chance to read it, but my Sabrina called me today and was flipping out. Yeah, she posted the link there, so you can go read the story. Actually, really, what's in this story is kind of good. He took a lot of this off of the Adams Broomfield County website for the district attorney. I think I got that right. He took it pretty much word for word off of there. I don't think he has the Discovery Drive. Because if he had gotten the Discovery Drive, he couldn't have went through it that fast and done it. I mean, because he just couldn't have. But the stories that we are telling, the things that we were saying, are because Regan has went through the Discovery Drive. My son Tommy, he's been through it. His mother and her husband, they've been through it. So, I'm not going to sit there. And so we're going to just, we know these facts. There's facts that we know. But it's like David Lane was saying today, it's like the public has to understand it. The public has to be a believer. And so and here's the bottom line of it all, is to get a jury to convict these guys or to side with you, you're going to have some pretty dang facts, because you know it and I know it, that ever since we've been kids, cops are good. And not all cops are bad. I'm not going to say all cops are bad. I'm just not going to say it, because I know some that aren't bad. And so, but they're gonna be more on the side of the cops than they would be on us. Because they're looking at us as gold diggers. They're looking at us as grieving parents that boo, your kid got shot. Yeah, he was on drugs. And that's what they're gonna look at it is like. He was an out of control person. He was a drug addict. We had to kill him. He wasn't. So Timmy Henley was not a drug addict. Yeah, he partied. He was the same as every other 25, 18 to 30-year-old man. He had no wife and no kids. So, I mean, he lived life to the fullest. He's, skydiving and stuff. Yeah, I think so too. But now lawyers are going to take this case, and so this is going to be in their hands, and they're going to. And I'm totally, totally, totally have confidence in this Lane guy. I wanted to talk to him first off because I hadn't talked to him. I had never heard his voice. I heard he was a good lawyer. I heard he was a good attorney. I've been pointed in this direction. I heard this, but never did meet the guy. How did I know he exists? I've seen a video of him, but But so talking to him today, and he's yeah, I know, Regan. There is a case, and you and I know it. The thing of it is for David Lane's firm to take this case on, he's going to take it on. He's going to dig in it. We're going to have a fee agreement, and so they're going to dig. They're going to find out in it, and then before he files it, that's the whole thing. Is before he files it, he's going to make sure that we have a case, because he already knows who he's going up against, and he talked about Aurora a lot. So Aurora must be just as bad as Westminster or worse, because he kept saying Aurora, and so Aurora must be pretty bad over there too. I don't know. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you, Colorado people. You Coloradoans. Is that what they call you? Is that what you are, Coloradoans? Because you guys have, they don't believe in the law there, I guess. I don't know. That's probably here too. I shouldn't have said that. But I just can't believe that we pay these guys to kill people. It's just weird to me, man. It's just totally weird. Me, I wouldn't want to take another person's life. Period. That's just not in my. That's just not in my. It's not in my DNA. Unless you were trying to hurt me bad or hurt one of my family, my kids, or something like that, or somebody I care a lot about. If I seen you doing it, then I'd probably, I wouldn't want to kill you. I'd just stomp your ass into the ground. Yeah, just stomp you into the ground. That's it. I wouldn't kill you, because then killing you would be letting you off easy. Yeah, killing you would be letting you off easy. Now put you in jail and put a rat jacket on you. That'd be fun. Yeah. Take Engelberg and Chris Impleman, throw them in prison and put a snitch jacket on them. They're already cops. But they have prisons for cops. You know that, right? Just like child molesters, they have prisons for child molesters, rapists, child molesters. They're all in one prison. Yeah. And so cops go to one prison. They don't go to regular prison like you and I would go to. No, they don't. They don't put them in there. They couldn't. They'd be killed. You know. Don't move to Aurora because what Langley kept talking about Aurora. He didn't say anything bad about Aurora. He just kept bringing it up. Aurora, and then he'd correct himself and say Westminster. But see, here's the thing: we're going to be doing is our campaign is going to be pushing for body cams. Body cams. You need them. They need them there. But I bet you they'll go figure out how all them fish died. They'll spend tons and tons of money on figuring out how much all them fish died in that pond or that lake that they have over there. But yet they won't buy body cams. But their building is a beautiful state-of-the-art building, but yet they won't have body cams. Why? It's just because the same as what me and Regan were talking about. She was talking about on Facebook. It's because police, they don't want you to see how dirty they are. You know? I think it should be mandatory that every time that police officer got out of his car, that body cam automatically went on and they can't turn it off. That's the way it should be. Because now I hear that they can turn them on and off. So they get to pick and choose. Yeah, they can't even keep the fish alive there. So, but justice is going to happen, but it's not going to happen in the way that you and I think it's going to happen. See, now they've always been able to turn them on and off. See, that needs to be fixed. That just because they have the body cams doesn't mean that the police need to have, and it's for the police's protection too. I mean, so what they need to do is as soon as they get out of that cop car, that police car, them body cams should activate, and they should not deactivate until they get back in their car. Yeah. Hey, Isaac, yeah, we've been talking about today. We met with the attorneys, and they're going to pursue this case, and but they're going to dig more. So, we have a 2-year statute for filing. So this lawyer, he's a good lawyer. He's going to dig and find more before we file it. And hey, I'm totally good with that. I'm totally good with that. And so we did get the green light, though, to go and start getting up in Westminster's face and start, letting them know that, hey, you know what? We're here. We're not going away. We're not going away. And we can do anything legally to get in their face. And we are going to get in their face. Right, Regan? We're going to get in their face, all right. We're going to let them know that they need some body cams in that damn city. Or is it a city? Is that considered a city? I don't think it's a city. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Well, they need some damn body cams. And hey, we're in the millennial, man. You need dash cam, too. Yeah, they don't want to show their true colors, Nick. You're right. They want to keep killing people and lying about things and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they want to throw in there, Yeah, I was afraid for my life. The guy was 30 feet away from me, and I'm a seasoned veteran, 28-year on the veteran cop, but the guy's 30 feet away from me, so it looks like he has a knife. So, yeah, let's just shoot him, man. I don't want to, that's what happens. 30 feet away, and then you have to shoot the guy 11 times. I know Timmy, he's a running back, and he wasn't chasing after cops. He's trying to get away like he's playing a football game. The guys that come, he's at the ball, and he's running the ball. He's dodging and weaving and stuff. He's trying to get the hell out of there, man. If somebody was trying to shoot you, If somebody's shooting at you, you'd be getting the hell out of there. I don't care how tough you think you might be. You're going to get out of there. It's like out here right now, If I went out there and started throwing rocks at my dog, that dog's going to run and hide. So anyway, I'm feeling pretty good about it, though. I really am. I know we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of ground, a lot of uphill battles we're going to have to go through. But as long as we stay on the same page and we keep, what we need to do is we just need to get it out there. It needs to get out there in the public eye. And there's things on the Discovery Drive that we're probably going to start. I think we can release some of that stuff, because some of that stuff is going to back up what we've been talking about for this freaking, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months. 9 months we've been talking about this. I mean, well, we didn't really start putting it all together, but at least 6 months we've been talking about that. Stay the course. Yeah, we are going to stay the course. We are. But if we could release to you, if you've seen the Discovery Drive, we don't want to get it out there. So there's a lot of personal information on that too. There's a lot of pictures, some gory pictures on it. And I personally ain't never going to look at that. But if you hear the 911 dispatch calls and you hear the officers and you see all their drone footage and all that stuff, my daughter Nicole just posted a picture of the cell phone on Facebook today. She posted it. Didn't you post it on Facebook today, Nick? Nicole? Did you post a picture of Timmy's hand holding the cell phone on Facebook today? Now you can look at that phone. That phone, go on my daughter Nicole's Facebook page, and you find that picture of Timmy's phone about 6 to 8 inches away from his hand. It doesn't show any gory stuff that got his body covered up, but the phone is right there. And you see this phone? If I drop this phone, if you got your phone, if you drop this phone, then look at that picture. That phone, they took that phone apart. That phone didn't. You can't get these cases off, man. And Timmy had a heavy-duty case, and the back was off of it. Somebody took that phone apart. And even the sales guy, when I went down to Metro PCS down here, I went down there and had some stuff done on my phone. I was telling that guy about it because I was trying to get into doing something else with something. And I was telling him about it, and I was telling him how the phone was laid out, and he said somebody did that on purpose. That's what these guys that work at Metro, man. They, even if they work at wherever you get your phone, them guys, they can take them phones apart in their sleep. And for that guy to sit there and say, hey, they staged it. They took it out of the case, they took the back off, and they laid it down. Yeah, that's what they did. And they can cry and whine all that, but see, they don't want to even admit it. They do not even want to admit that there's a phone. It's not in evidence, right? The case is closed. There's no more investigation, so that's personal property. That should be released because they haven't mentioned it in any of their reports. Because there's some footage on there of Timmy. He probably videoed the whole shooting. And he just got that. Yeah, so he knew Timmy was one. Everybody, we got pictures of Tim. He's all the time. He was into that video and he loved that stuff. So, but anyway, that's the new information that we have is the Sirius Courier. Regan posted a link to it on there. So you can go on there and you can read the Sirius Courier. They just did this today. In fact, I'm told it's front page. And it does talk a lot about how Timmy supposedly had a knife and all that stuff. But the knife over Timmy's hand, what they're saying he had in the air over the air, that's from the district attorney's. That's from the district attorney's file. This thing right here. That is a bunch of bullshit. You can't read that and determine anything, because in the district attorney's letter of what does they call that, decision, the decision letters, whether they're going to bring charges on the police and all that stuff. This guy obviously, this Dave Young guy, he obviously didn't even look at any of the evidence. He looked at none. That's pretty sad, because he makes an obscene amount of money off of you and my back to do a job, and he don't do it. Where I come from, you get fired for that shit. If I go out and I do some work for some people out here, and I tell them I'm charging you X amount of dollars an hour, and I go in there and I don't do my job, I'm not getting paid. And I'm going to have to fight with these people and argue with these people. Sometimes I have to argue with them a little bit to get paid, but not all the time. I usually don't have that problem. I don't have that. Some people, I have friends of mine, they have problems and stuff. I don't know what they're doing. I usually don't have a problem. I just, do the job, blah, blah, blah. But see, the district attorney there, he doesn't need to get paid. That's right. In fact, he needs to pay back some money, because you and me, we all pay federal income tax. We pay federal taxes. It's not a choice. You have no choice. You work, they take it out of your check, regardless if you want to pay or not. It's legalized mafia shit what they got going on. Yeah, they pay it into Social Security, and then when you get old and you need that Social Security, they don't want to pay you your money. They don't want to give you your damn money. My grandfather, he worked his ass off all the way up to retirement. And then after, he worked his ass off since he was like about 12 years old, man. And then he retired. All that time he paid into that, and then they give him a measly under $1,000 a month, a measly money. And then when he died, he got cancer and died like 6-7 years after he retired. All that money's just gone. Yeah. So you and me, I've been paying into Social Security. I've been paying into that since I was my first job was like 14. I think my first actual job that I actually held out, So see, Dave Young, he doesn't need to get paid. Mark Swisher doesn't need to get paid. Engelberg surely don't need to be paid. And Himpelman, they don't need to be paid. They need to pay back money. So that's one thing that we can target is these guys, Regan, is when we get up in there, when Regan gets up in their face, hey, you need to pay us back. You guys took our money and didn't do the job. We want our money back. Can we get our money back? Yeah, the Series Courier paper it's kind of it's not a real big paper. I mean, it gets a lot of circulation. Don't get me wrong. It goes a long way. But around here, the Modesto Bee is the big dude. And actually, the Modesto Bee, actually, the newspaper is kind of going out. I mean, everything's online. It's all digital and stuff now. I still have the guy throw the paper here. But anyway, yeah. So we want our money back, Regan. We could tell them we want our money back. You guys didn't do the job. You failed. You totally failed. You failed miserably. You failed horribly. We want our money back. Pay it back. You have till sundown tomorrow. If you don't have our money by sundown tomorrow, we're bringing out the crew. We want our money back, though. We want our money back. They don't do the job right. They didn't. They haven't done the job in a long time, from what it looks like. So we want our money back. So can we get our money back? If you owe them money, they're gonna come lock you up, take away your house, take your dog. Yeah, you owe the government money, they can come after you. Yeah, yeah. So they owe us, right? Let's go get a good DA. Let's go get some good investigators. Which that was not like I would like to boost their spending. Hey, put their pay out there. Put it out there what they make. Shame. Let's go shame them on it. You know, hey, they get paid all this obscene amount of money. They need to do the damn job, right, Isaac? If Isaac goes to work and he doesn't do a job, his boss is gonna fire him. Or if you go out and like when I was younger back in the day, you know, if I got a piece of equipment stolen off of my truck, you know, say I went somewhere, I got a blower stolen off a truck back in the day, you know, hey, I had to pay for that out of my pocket, you know, and my boss took it out of my check, you know. So hey, if you have to be accountable, being accountability, you know, you have to be accountable. And those guys, just because they're up there in office, just because they have badges and all that stuff, doesn't mean that they can be unaccountable. They need to be accountable for all their actions, and so that's what we need to hold them to, you know. And same with the mayor. That mayor, what's his name again? Herb Atchison. Yeah, see, he needs to be held accountable too for his actions. You know, for listening to the public and the Westminster police, the Westminster town meetings, city council meetings, sitting there listening to the people and laughing at them behind their back and stuff. That's fat. That's not no way of being a mayor. That's a corrupt mayor, man, and you can see it all in his face. So anyway, that was the good news that I had to share with you guys, and I'm sorry that sometimes I get carried away and I get pissed off, but you know I have a right to be pissed off. You know they just stole my son from me and then lied about it and then think I'm stupid. I'm some gullible guy just got off the damn train yesterday. Yeah, it is good news to hear. I think we just got off the freaking boat yesterday that that we're gonna just believe this bullshit story. My son was burglarizing houses. He made $60,000-$70,000 a year. He's not going to be out burglarizing houses on his days off. If he was going to be a burglar, he'd probably have on some boots and some gloves and a ski mask, stuff like that. I guess that's what burglars wear. I don't know. I seen it on TV. But he didn't do it. Timmy don't steal. He's not a drug addict and he's not a thief and he doesn't have a police record. You can't find a police record on any of my kids. And I pride myself in that. Right. Yeah, so I pride myself in that. None of my kids, all of my kids work. The other day, I was looking for a post on Facebook that I was needing somebody to work, and I'm tired. I'm so tired of people trying to work for me, and they're freaking got issues, man. You gotta work. You gotta work. You know, not talk about your girlfriend, what she's doing, and stuff like that. Work. You're getting paid. Work. And so I posted on Facebook, got to get down because my son Garrett told me they'll try to sue you for that because I wrote seasonal part-time help must know Jesus. I'm sick and tired of people. I'm tired of. Hey, I found a good guy today though. Okay, and he was across the street the whole time. He seemed pretty good. Him and I actually have a good conversation. Poor guy. He starts working for me today. He doesn't really know me. He's helped me. I've talked to him about working on my car. He lives across the street. And yesterday I just went, hey, anybody wants to work? He said, sure, he did. And so he went with me today, and he's working with me, and him and I had a really good conversation. The poor guy, man, his first day at work, he gets to hear me talking to a lawyer on the phone. He gets to hear about my son getting killed by police. I mean, by the end of the day, by the time I dropped him off at home, he already knew Tim was innocent. But he had seen Timmy before because I told him, I said, well, you remember the red Jeep that used to pull up out here all the time? He goes, yeah. I said, that's my son Timmy. He goes, oh wow. And so because the call came and I just got in the truck. I had just got back in my truck because I was under the impression that I was supposed to call Lane's office at 11 o'clock my time. I don't know how I got that all mixed up. I have no idea. They said 10 o'clock. So that would have been 9 o'clock my time. But I had just got done working and got back in the truck and the phone rang and I seen I had their name programmed in my phone and it was them. So I answered it and it was David Lane. Blew me away. The boss called me. That was cool. I'd like to really meet him in person. I bet he's an awesome guy. Probably is. But anyway, so this guy across the street, Alario, he went with me today. He ran weed eater for me. He ran the hedge trimmers for me, mow lawns for me. And he's totally good. He doesn't have drug problem. you know, he wasn't talking about we just let him go, man. I got things to do. It's like every time I get somebody who want to work with me, you bring them out. And it's like after you're there for an hour or two, they're like saying, "Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go. I got things to do. What do you got to do? It's work time, bud." About this guy, he's good. So praise God, hallelujah, amen. Um, I need somebody to help me, and it's like I told him, I pay you X amount of dollars to go with me. I only need somebody Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I only need them like 4 or 5 hours a day. So, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars to go with me those days. And then there's side jobs that pop up. And if I need help on side jobs, I'll pay you more to do that. I'll pay you, you know, pretty much what I do is I like to say, okay, so you worked, X amount of hours for me and I made X amount of dollars. So here, boom, I'll give you this much money, and they're happy with it. I'll make sure they're happy with it. If they're not, then you can tell me. But yeah, having good help is good. Well, I'm hoping that this is going to turn out really good. Ilaria went with me today. It was awesome. We had a good conversation. Like I said, poor guy, he just got in the truck today and he had to hear about all this. So tomorrow I'm not going to talk about it at all. He's going to work with me in the morning. I'm not going to talk about it at all unless he brings it up. And I've been kind of not trying to talk about it too much. But because it just makes you sad and stuff. And I know what Timmy, he wouldn't want us sitting around. I know what Timmy would say right now is he would say, "You don't sit around being sad, man." No, he wants he wants us to remember him, but he wouldn't want us to be boohooing and sad all the time. He'd want us to live on because that's what he would have done. He would have lived on his life, and that's what he did. 24/7. So you know, I hope I did a good live stream tonight for you guys. I hope I didn't make any of you go to sleep. I don't see anybody's names on there anymore. So I guess some people checked out. We got Isaac there, Nicole's there, Regan's there. Nobody else. Did Ed leave? Oh well. So it's been really good talking with you people tonight, and I still ready to take a shower. I'm all dirty. I still got to take a shower and eat some dinner. Are you still there, Ed? Good. You're in Colorado Springs, right, Ed? So I don't know anything about Colorado. He's in Colorado Springs. Huh?
South Denver.
South of Denver. So I don't know anything about it. But when I do, if I ever do, when I do go there, I want Regan to take me to that place called Red Rock. Is that what it's called? It's high.
Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah, that looks like a beautiful place. I've seen a lot of pictures of Colorado. Colorado's beautiful. You know, John Denver used to write songs about Colorado. Yeah, but I don't know anything about it, but you know, so I'm gonna close this live stream down tonight, and I really want to thank you guys for coming out and listen to me rant and listen to me. Why is my microphone messed up?
And spin in the chair.
High in the mountains. Okay. Hard to hear. Maybe I wasn't talking loud. Usually this microphone is very loud. Picks up everything. We have the fan going the other day, and everybody's in what the heck, you know? Probably because I'm not talking loud. How's that? Is that better? I don't know. We were having some problems with the YT earlier too. Um, it was buffering really bad, so maybe that's got something to do with. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna shut the live stream down anyway right now. I've been out here 41 minutes and 46 seconds, and and I plus the other two that I tried to do before. So uh, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the week. You know, I mean, you got Thursday and Friday left, and then um, so I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be working till probably Sunday. I'm busy. This time of the year, though, you have to take the work as you get it. All right. So hey, you guys take care, and thank you for all coming and hanging out over here. Go check out that link at Series Courier that Nate Reagan posted up there. And when you read it, just know that he got it off of the I wanted to call it Aurora, Broomfield County, whatever. He got it off of that district attorney's webpage, and it's the district attorney when he wrote that he didn't even review the case. Okay, if he had, he would have known that these guys did what they did, and so so just gotta take it as he's a news reporter. It's like Regan says, they just get the news and they run with it. You know, but well, he couldn't have got. I don't think he got the disc. No, he's the editor. Yeah, he's the. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they did get them Discovery disc, the Discovery Drive. Maybe they did. I don't know. I didn't give him one, and I know none. I know Tommy didn't give him one. I know he didn't get it from us. So unless he uh, called down there or sent a request down there, and they sent him a copy. You know. But anyway, just know that that story is going to tell you a little bit, but and then kind of it is, it's not none of what they said is true about Timmy. But everybody who knows Timmy already knows that he didn't do that stuff. We all know that. Everybody knows it, But just there's a lot of people out there that need to know. So hey, you guys have a wonderful evening, and love you guys, and thank you very much, and we'll talk soon. Okay.